Well, good morning, YouTube. So this morning, I was watching the news, and I heard an article about a same-sex couple that had a commitment ceremony on a military base down in Louisiana, I believe. And they had a cleric, a minister, a military chaplain preside over it. Now, given their commitment ceremony had absolutely no legal ramifications whatsoever. It was not a gay marriage. It was not a civil partnership. It was basically like a blessing upon their commitment to each other. That's all it amounted to, was a religious blessing upon their commitment to each other. And yet, there is a senator in Louisiana, or a congressman in Louisiana, who is really pissed off that two private individuals who happen to be on a military base and a military chaplain had a little religious service, even though it has absolutely no legal repercussions whatsoever. And apparently, or at least according to this senator, that it affects the military's readiness, that 3 people, maybe if their friends attended, maybe a few more, held a private religious ceremony in a military chapel. I don't understand this. CNN, the news program I was watching, even called the Pentagon and asked if they had anything to say about it, and they said they had no objection to it. The Pentagon had no objection to this couple holding a commitment ceremony with a military chaplain giving the blessing. And yet this senator has his panties in a wad because 2 soldiers, 2 people who, well, up till a couple of months ago, couldn't even admit they were gay, couldn't even admit that they love each other, held basically what amounted to a blessing upon a promise that they made to each other. No legal ramifications. Absolutely none. I don't understand. So wait a minute, are you going to... I just wonder if the senator would say the exact same thing about a heterosexual couple doing the exact same thing. Probably not. Because, you know, there might be some heterosexual couples out there who do not want to get a legal marriage, but want to get a blessing upon their union. I actually know some people, because of legal reasons, that would probably be their best option, rather than to actually get a marriage just because of financial aid and different things that's just their life situation. It'd be better if they stood up in front of family and friends in their religious institution and had a blessing upon their commitment. I mean, it wouldn't be a legal marriage, far from it. It wouldn't be a legal partnership, but it's simply an acknowledgement of, hey, I'm a person, my partner is a person, and we are making a promise to each other that we love each other and we intend to care for each other for the rest of our lives. Nothing legal. It's a public promise. That's all it amounted to. And you know what? Yes, it took place in a chapel on a military base. But how many other religious ceremonies take place on military bases every day? So what? Are you also going... so what? Is this person also going to go in and protest when somebody's baby gets a bris? Just saying. So I just wanted to make a special note about that and about how it's total bullshit. It's not even a legal thing. A commitment ceremony is just a public promise. Hell, it's what gays have been doing for decades because, oh yeah, we don't have the legal right to marry in most places. Though, on a positive note, DOMA, Defense of Marriage Act, set in place in the 1990s, did get struck down in the last 2 weeks, so yay, one step closer to equality. Now, only if Proposition 8 would actually be upheld in the correct manner. Well, if the Supreme Court justices would agree with Judge Walker when it comes to Proposition 8, because that would knock down a whole lot more barriers. Peace out, YouTubes.